Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Today's date is July 21st, 2024. It is a Sunday. Sunday. Time for the monster trucks. Hey, Rich, welcome to the show. He was in here before the show actually went live on camera. Pouring the old libations. Laurel's joined the show. She says, good evening. Just got some home from Georgia. You sound to look great. Fantastic. Thank you. Glad that the trip went well. I wish it was under better circumstances. But glad you made it back home. Hope the weather's fine. I am sweating like a pig. It wasn't bad today. I actually had a decent day. But then it just kept getting hotter and hotter. And of course, the studio's upstairs. I came in, I started up the AC. You can probably hear that in the background. I started that up about 7 o'clock, just shy of 7. So she had a good hour to get cooling off in the studio. Man, I am sweating my ass off. Waiting for everybody else to show. Hey, Judy, what's up? Is this second day in a row you actually came right at the beginning of the show? Laurel says she's doing fine. Ran into a few storms on 40 and 75. People do not know how to fucking drive. Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing about storms too. I warn people about storms and fogs. A lot of accidents happen in storms and fogs because of people actually driving a lot faster than they think they are. Because if you can't see stuff moving by you, your speed perception gets out of whack, so you actually speed up. Hey, Wayne. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you made it early. YouTube says we got excellent connection, and I'm getting skipped. I'm getting dropped frames out of my Streamlabs software. So if I get too glitchy, you let me know. Hey, Peggy. She says, hey there, I'm on time too. Yeah, everybody's jumping in. So John's got a few things he's going to say. Yeah, I'm going to say a few things. Might ruffle some listeners' feathers out there. Won't ruffle the regulars because they know, oh, well, said John's going to lay it out. Get some housekeeping underway. I actually, this coming week, I should be getting a check from Facebook. A deposit. They should be sending me some money. Enough to buy a cheap bottle of whiskey. But not really. Still shy of what I generally. I like to start in the mid-30s, and this ain't going to cut it. Close. The thing is if they don't have $25 worth to send to you, you don't get it. And if you don't get things for 90 days and it's not cleared up, you don't get it. So all the money, all those, $3 here and 57 cents here and $2.10 here that I told you folks about that I earned on Facebook. Well, if they don't equal over 25 in a 3-month period, I lose them. They're just gone. So if you don't collect, like let's say you don't set up your payment right within 90 days, then they disappear. It doesn't matter how much. Rich says Elijah Craig won't do you wrong. No, that's my go-to. I said if you're ever in doubt, my whenever in doubt whiskey is Elijah Craig small batch. It doesn't offend anybody. It's a sweet spot. It's a good solid pour. It ain't my favorite whiskey, but it's my go-to. It's like when in doubt, Elijah Craig small batch. You want to buy a gift for somebody and you don't know what they drink, but you know they drink whiskey, Elijah Craig small batch. They've never had whiskey before, and they wanted to try whiskey. Elijah Craig small batch. You can't go wrong with Elijah Craig small batch. But yeah, and I don't think that Elijah Craig small batch, I don't think that's not a sub 30 bottle. I think that's what, mid 30s? Mid 30s. But yeah, so I should be getting my first check. So that means everybody needs to really do their part. If they want to buy me a drink, there's a link in the description of the show, and you can go ahead and you can buy me a drink. But if you don't have any monies and you want to help me out, sharing my content is crucial. I mean, it's more crucial. Liking it, commenting on it, absolutely crucial. But the algorithms I get paid for not just likes and comments, but how many people see the content. So it's got to get out there, so share it. Try to get everything fixed here. There we go. There we go. Rich says, I can't drink, Elijah. Stop drinking. Well, that's okay. I'll drink a pour for you. But yeah, I can't tell you the number of people that say, hey John, I need to get a gift for a friend for whatever, and I ask them questions, are they a whiskey drinker? What do they normally like? What's your budget? This is not what I posted. Oh, if you can't drink Elijah, stop drinking. Thank you. It's a long day. Thank you. If I misread, hey, I tell you what, my statement still stands true. Anybody out there that stop drinking, I'll drink a pour for you. Thank you. Yeah, although it's, yeah, there we go. I can just touch the monitor. It's bigger, but it's still, the text is really small. So thank you for correcting me on that. But yeah, it's like there's a lot of, what don't they like? Nothing sucks worse than getting something that's you don't like. Like, okay, they drink scotch. Do they? Well, they do like a peated. If they don't like peated scotch, sending them, a peated scotch isn't going to work. So, yeah. But on to other things. So, yeah, share the content. By all means, post on it. Emoji it, like it. That all helps. I peaked. Was about a what, month and a half out of getting shadow banned from them. My restrictions off. It peaked the first couple days and then it dropped. It's flatlining. It's more than it was before they were shadow banning me, but they found out really quick that they didn't want to put my content out there. So they're still screwing with me. But like I said, I'm getting my first check. It ain't much. I had to post up today. Yeah, about an hour ago. I posted up, folks, do not send me conspiracy theories concerning the Donald Trump attempted assassination. Don't send them to me. If I'm not talking about it, it's not because I don't know about it. I'm well aware of all the theories out there, all of them. I check various times throughout the day. I keep up on them. I see the hornswoggle that's being sown out there. If I don't personally say it, I don't think it's worth saying. So, the biggest, latest ones that somebody saying, about this short stock in Trump stocks. It's a virtual shit. It's yeah, that shit happened before 9/11 too, and it happened off and on, and it has blips here and there. They go, it's tied to the shooter and it's tied to George Soros. Well, I'll tell you what, George Soros is one of the most wealthy man on earth. I don't think he's playing that game. But you keep thinking that he is, even if it's tied to him. I don't think that's where he's making his money. And let's say it's true that the shooter and him were in on it. How the hell did the shooter benefit from it? He's dead. I'm less interested in these peripheral issues that keep all the jaws yakking out there than I am. Let's look at the facts of the situation. Right now, it's like a giant Rorschach test. And this goes in, I told you, human nature and the human mind does not like mysteries. They don't like missing pieces, so it'll make shit up. That's why, like, when you were a kid, you can see monsters in the woods, and there's no monsters there. That's why when you're an adult, you see shit that isn't there, because it will fill in the blanks. That's the way the human mind works. Knowing that is fine and well. Knowing how to stop yourself from falling into that is more crucial. So right now it's like a giant Rorschach test. We got a shitload of ink out there, and people are seeing what they want to see. Key is seeing what they want to see. Oh, there was 2 shooters, maybe 3. Yeah, okay. Oh, because the window was open. Yeah, the window was open. Was there any flashes coming from it? Was there any other indication? No. Oh, but the window was, and bullet trajectories. You don't know all the bullet trajectories. Oh, but I used my own software and I came up with it. Yeah, that's how they're doing it. They use their own software and they came up with it, and they get on these shows and it sounds convincing, and it's all a bunch of bullshit. Because it does. What makes more sense? They had 2 or 3 shooters, and every motherfucker every one of them missed him. Every one of them missed him. Or the shooter took 8 shots in relative rapid succession. 3 came relatively close, and 1 clipped his ear. The rest of them, who fucking knows? What makes more sense? Yeah. Like the whole conspiracy, it's an inside job. Is it an inside job? Might be, but let's do a little bit of analysis on that. What would it take to be an inside job? You've got to have everybody. Laurel says, damn, I missed all those theories. Yeah, like I said, if I don't post them on my page, I don't think that they're worth anything. But they're hitting all of the mainstream, or not the mainstream, the alternative media channels and stuff. They're making their rounds. It's all bullshit. And what makes more sense? Again, inside job. Okay, so an inside job for even one man to shoot President Trump. You have to have the Secret Service involved. You got to have the local PD involved. Rich says, flood the store with information. You pick it. Yeah, it's a Rorschach test. It's all bullshit. So I ask people, don't send me theories. Don't ask me about theories. I'll let you know. If I didn't post on it. If you think you might have missed it, go to my page and just search my page. If it's not there, don't worry about it. Seriously, don't worry about it. Wayne says, every incident this high profile, you always get people out there that just want to get their face on TV. Right. Or talking heads that, hey, you get more views to the channel and they get stuff. It's like, yeah, I mean, some things may be true, sort of, but most of it's all bullshit. Sounds good because all it takes, not like I posted, anybody can sell a conspiracy theory. They're pretty easy if you control the narrative and you control the voice. All it takes is one little bit of information that they either don't know or they don't want you to know that blows the whole theory to hell. Laura says, I like the one that, yeah, Trump set it up himself. I went over that the other day on the show. He's a narcissist, but he ain't that much of a narcissist. You're going to trust somebody to shoot your ear? Yeah, come on. This ain't fucking William Tell. Yeah, it's all bullshit. Do not underestimate massive amounts of incompetence, stupidity, and complacency. In my estimation, even if the shooter had some help before the day, what happened on that day was massive amounts of incompetence, stupidity, and complacency. Oh, but the Secret Service director, she's trying to protect somebody. No, she's trying to protect her career. They don't want to fire her because they haven't fired anybody. They don't want to fire her because then she'll open up her mouth about what a shit show the Secret Service is. But as long as she is the head of the Secret Service, well, she's going to keep her mouth shut. Tonight's coffee, chocolate-covered strawberries from Dunkin' Donuts brand. It's like people want to ignore the simple and the most logical for the most outlandish. It's like the outlandish is it's sexy. Oh, there was multiple shooters. Oh, okay. It's like, oh, he was a great shot. No, I blew that one up last show. No. And remember I said it's not what you know, it's not always what you know, it's what you should know but you're not being told. Remember I said watch, they have his cell phone, computer and all this other shit and they're saying they didn't find anything? They got to find something. Well, now they're coming out and saying, yeah, we found these cryptic messages that he had sent, I'm gonna show myself or unveil myself. I'm paraphrasing here on the 13th or whatever the date was. But it was all cryptic. It's like, really? So he went how long and didn't talk to anybody, and now these generic cryptic shit showing up? Stop it. Peggy says most of us wondered if there was any validity to these theories, but we don't run our mouths on social media. Right. Sit back and go, well, that's interesting. And then think about it. And then do your research. Rich says politics have become cartoonish. They've always been cartoonish, but we're in another world now. We are in another world. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So what if there was short stock on Trump or short sale on short sheeting, whatever, short selling the stock for Trump? Who cares? What does it affect? Even if it's true, what does it affect? It's just mental masturbation to make people go, ooh, more shit. No, stop it. It's the same ways. Anytime there's an event, it happens, boom. You look at least 5 news cycles before you even start to get the truth. You get a little bit the first time and a shit ton of lies, and all the time, hey, XYZ happened. We don't know shit. So we're going to sit here and we're going to talk for 5 hours, Bob, Jim, and Mary, who don't know fucking anything about this thing, but we're going to speculate and we're going to fill your ears with a bunch of shit. What the hell? Shut up. Go on to other stuff. The world's still turning. If you don't know, you don't know. You don't have to keep people watching. But that's what they do, keep people watching. I don't play that game. I'm going to just throw out there. It's like, John, you think you know everything. No, I think I know what I post out. I know what I write. I know what I say. If I don't know, I say I don't know. It's that easy. Wayne says, slave to the cult of needing to be first. Yeah, first and got the latest scoop. You ain't got you got the latest scoop of shit is what you got. Like I said, I told folks, I'd rather be 3 days late and 100% right than to play this fucking game that everybody plays out there. That's why if you want to know with certainty, and people did, I've been told, yeah, I didn't jump to any conclusions. The next day I came to your Facebook page to see what you had to say about it. Because they know I'm not going to just jump off the deep end. It's like, I don't do that. So hey, if John is running, fucking run. Because John doesn't run. If I say, hey, you need to pay attention to this, you might want to pay attention to this. Good coffee. Or don't. Take it for what it's worth. I got a good track record. I am overly analytical. I will analyze shit to death. It's just in my nature. It also made me a good investigator. Same way as I talked to Wayne about it, and I posted up a thing about witness statements. I'm like, oh, the witness statement. You don't believe the witness? Look, I've taken my share of witness statements. I know what they mean, and I know what they don't mean. I know that it takes the human brain approximately 72 hours to process an emergency situation, high-stress situation. You will think that you remember everything 5 minutes after it happened, but you didn't. You will think that you understand details, but you didn't. That's why police officers, it is advised by their lawyers, do not make any formal statements for 72 hours. I mean, sure, you have to say something, give what you have to give, but be very specific and careful about it. That's why witness statements, lawyers, defense lawyers, and prosecutors love to rip up witness statements. Well, you said here, and then you said over here something different. Yeah, that's how the human mind works. Doesn't mean they're lying. Wayne says 20 people can see the same thing and give 20 different statements. Right. What they say or what they see, what they hear, the perception of time, especially under high-stress situations, may not even be accurate. Doesn't mean they're lying. That's why you need forensic evidence to back it up. And that's how the cowboy works. Like, yeah, take things for what they're worth. Not more, not less. Oh, she saw two shooters. Yeah. Did she? Did she? Maybe. Maybe not. Let's look into this. It gives you a place to start, but you don't run with it. You don't go, this is the truth. But yeah, whatever. Witness statements are they can also be, from the time something happens to the time you give your statement, what you think happens can be changed by those around you, by people all talking and sharing details. It can warp your perception and thoughts of what happened. An investigator can lead you down a path that may not be true. That's in particular with children as well. They're notorious to be able to get out of them what you want, not maybe the truth. So again, witness statements should be taken for what they are and not for what they're not. I take these conspiracy theories. I go and I investigate them. I look deep into them. I use critical and logical thinking, not bias, not what I want. And let's see where it takes me. I ain't seen a single one yet that's credible. Not a single one. Everything still leads me to go, yeah, a bunch of fucking idiots. Mass incompetence. And now we're finding out more and more information. More and more information. Gee, the police told them they didn't have enough people to do what the Secret Service wanted them to do. That whole area, and Wayne and I discussed this on the last show, that was well within the standard boundary of the Secret Service's protective area anyways. They shouldn't have had any local people on that building or in that building. And at a minimum, if you do, you send your agents to verify with the local law enforcement and people there. You verify. But they knew. Again, there's all sorts of shit coming out. I'm not posting about it. Why? It's not relevant yet. But the more that comes out, the more it looks like just gross incompetence all the way around. Could have been handled if the Secret Service had done their job, because you can deal with Barneys. You just put them on non-critical places. Oh, they didn't have enough officers. Where were the stadies? Have the stadies do the road. Have the stadies do the road. Have the local PD do the outer perimeter. Have the Secret Service do the inner circle, which would have included that building. Oh, this window was open. Right, you make sure all the windows are closed. That's a good start. All of the windows which face your principal must be closed. That one wasn't closed. Fucking go close it. Go close it. And if it's not closed, you better have eyes on that damn thing. I mean, this is basic stuff. Wayne will tell you, this is basic stuff. It's not rocket science. And this isn't a situation where you could have an inside job. This was a systemic collapse of the system. Done with that one. Now I get my work in. But yeah, conspiracy theories are sexier. They're sexier. What do you think about this? I don't know. Wouldn't wipe my ass with it. Again, do not send the cowboy conspiracy theories or questions about ones that you've seen. Please don't. I got better things to do. I've already looked into them. And if they were credible, I'd publish it. You ain't seen shit published. Because there's nothing credible. And I'm not going to speculate. It's the whole thing with the Biden thing. I'm not going to speculate. I'll tell you what I think. I'll tell you what's likely, but I'm not going to give you a prediction on it. Why? Because every prediction that anybody could have been made, the last prediction I made was that Biden would be out of office. They would 25th him out before his first year in, and they didn't. And that was the last prediction I made. It's like, geez, you can't make this shit up. Speaking of that, people are predicting, okay, well, Biden now, he dropped out. And all the people now telling what they think is going to happen and they know is going to happen. Oh, the delegates got to do. You don't know shit. I posted up the truth about the delegates. I posted up the truth about the delegates if he didn't back down. They weren't bound by law to vote for him. That's not what you were told. Oh, but these are reputable sources. Yeah, you go listen to your reputable sources. Or you listen to what I say, because I got a damn lot better record than they do, and they're lying out their ass or they're stupid. They hear something, they repeat it. They hear something, they repeat it. Oh, they're locked in. They have to vote for him. That's not what their charter says. That's not what the rules say. Here's another thing. There's two schools of thoughts out there with the campaign donations. Okay. The first school is saying now, they're saying, since Kamala was on the ticket, she's got access to a certain amount of the funds because she was on the ticket. So therefore, they're saying that she can just siphon that into her new campaign. And the second line of thought is, and it's the correct one, no, she fucking can't. Yes, both candidates that are on the ticket have access to the funds, so they can use those funds for campaign legitimate spending. That's staff, travel, advertising, meals, that whole night, as long as it's campaign related. Both candidates have access to that pool. Yes. Yes, so they can both siphon from that pool. What they can't do is they can't go, well, fuck it, I'm going to pay my mortgage. That's campaign finance violation. I'm going to buy a luxury car. It has absolutely nothing to do with the campaign. I'm going to send my kids to Disneyland. Disney World. I always get it. Disneyland and Disney World. One's on the East Coast, one's on the West Coast. I always get them mixed up. I was been too poor to worry about it anyways. But, yeah. It's like, no, you can't do that. So, no, Kamala Harris cannot take legally. If you hear otherwise, they're full of shit. Oh, there's a gray area. There's no gray area. Yes, she has access to the money. She does. She can pay her staff. She can pay her travel. She can pay any debts because they have racked up debts. As long as they are campaign related. She can't just take, I'm going to take half the money since I was on the ticket, or since I'm not the lead on the ticket, I'm going to take, a third of the money and I'm going to just put it in my new campaign. No, because that money did not come for her in her new campaign. It was donated to the Biden-Harris campaign, period. Biden-Harris campaign. You can't just take Biden out and throw it in. The same way as they'd have problems if Harris was replaced. If they decided, let's say Harris was the squeaky wheel, she still is, and he just wanted to throw in Billy Bob in there, guess what? There's a problem because the donations didn't go for Billy Bob. The donations were for the Biden-Harris campaign. It's pretty simple. People try to make it more complicated than it is. Is the ticket the same? No. And you can't use the money. Does she have access to the money? Yes. Yes. She can pay for the posters that they've already done. She can pay for the staff meetings. She can pay for the hotels and other shit that they've already done that they might, yes. It's all legal. Then the rest by law has to be returned to those who donated. It's that simple. This is what we got left. These are all the donators. Divide it up and give it back. It's not that complicated. So if she was to run, she'd have to start her own campaign. Her own campaign fund. And then people would give to that. Now, I have no doubt that no matter who they run, they're going to be able to raise some money. I have no doubt. But she can't legally take the money from the Biden-Harris campaign and siphon it into her new campaign. That's a misuse of campaign finances. Again, it's pretty simple. And you're going to hear a bunch of talking heads try to convince you otherwise. Well, you believe who you want to believe. That said, I have no doubt that if they pull any shenanigans, that she would at most receive a slap on the wrist and maybe a mild monetary fine. Because she's a Democrat. There you go. So that's my predictions on that. Now, do I think that they are going to nominate her? Actually nominate her? That's a coin toss. Truly it is. And the reason is every single potential candidate that they put up against Trump in the polls falls short of Donald Trump. Kamala Harris falls short of Joe Biden. So she's even less popular than Joe is. Okay? Doesn't matter who they stick with her. She's a divisive person within the party. Somebody said, "Oh, the Republicans need to get in there and they need to take out Joe Biden. In other words, remove him from office and make Kamala get in there now. And let the games begin." And I understand that line of thought. But here's another thing to contemplate is first do no harm. They go, well, gee, we shouldn't have Joe in office when he's not the one making decisions. Yeah, absolutely. But that's been the way of things since day one. Could it get worse? No. Status quo. We know the puppeteer is working his magic. And trust me, Obama. Obama's a puppet too. There's a bunch of puppeteers working for different reasons. It's not just one nefarious force. There's a bunch of puppeteers pulling the strings. But we know the outcome already. Do we know what's going to happen if Kamala's put in there? And plus, she'd have an asterisk. She'd be the first female and first black female president of the United States. I know the Democrats would like that, but here's a thought. Here's a thought. Maybe they chose her as security so that they wouldn't take Biden out. Haven't heard that one presented. If somebody's heard that one, speak up and say, yeah, I heard somebody suggest that. You pick a candidate that's like, no matter how bad Joe gets, we're going to shield him from everything because we do not want this crazy laughing hyena in the White House. So I don't think that the Democrats, Laurel, you've heard that? Yeah, it's plausible. I don't think the Democrats are rushing to replace Joe with Kamala. I think they'd be more happy to just let the puppeteer do their thing. And if the Republicans were smart, they'd do the same thing. Let this one go. You got less than a year left. Let this one go. The world knows he's a puppet. The world knows he's not there. The machine is just working. Just let the machine work. Is it good? No. Things fucked up? Yeah. But you don't want Kamala in there. That's the wild card. You have no idea what the hell is going to happen then. Let it be. Let this term expire and this administration pass into the history books. That's what I think. Yeah, you folks, every once in a while, type up something. Let me know that you're still hearing me. Everybody gets quiet. I know people like to just listen, but that's fine. Rich said it's just how stupid would she make the Dems look. Yeah, nobody likes her. Nobody likes her. Oh, she's got supporters. Yeah, there's not a single candidate ever that stepped foot in the ring that didn't have some supporters. Good coffee. Again, chocolate-covered strawberries from Dunkin' Donuts. But yeah, she is not she can't win the election. My prediction is there's nobody that they could set up that's going to win the election. Laura says her staff is leaving. Wouldn't surprise me. This is a loss. This is going to be a loss. If the Democrats win, I don't care who they put up. If they win, it's over for the country. Oh, there's going to be squabbling. There's going to be some burnt buildings and shit like that when Trump wins. Yeah, because that's just what the left does. But I tell you what, if the Democrats can win, this country it's shot. It's done. Because there's no way in hell that they can win lawfully. Everybody knows that. So the best thing that they can do is cut their losses. Judy said it will be over. Yeah. The right's not going to accept it because everybody knows. Everybody. It's not even like it's not even that it's close. It's close politically, but no. Peggy said she would destroy any respect the U.S. has left in the world. Well, yeah, she would. It's just, they got to just cut their losses. Do up sacrificial. This is what John would do if he was running the Democrat Party. Number one, I'd get rid of all the fucking radical shits. But I got one of two choices. Either just run people that you can afford to just throw on there and say, hey, enjoy the heat. Or you pick somebody that you think might be a viable candidate in the next election, just so they get some face recognition. That would be the smarter route and go, yeah, I know they're going to lose this time around. We've mucked things up. Too bad. But I'm going to run this candidate as a potential for the next go around. And then after the election, I would not stop promoting that candidate. That's the smart thing to do. But again, you can't bet on the Democrats. You don't know what the hell they're going to do because every day you're like, what they did what? No, that's not right. That's not right. No. So that's why I try to tell people, you can think all you want. Oh, Michelle Obama. I don't think she's going to be in play. Hillary Clinton's name's going to be out there. Hillary's even less popular. She can't. Gus says, I'm just going to wait and see. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I think history is going to be made in the next 6 months. Just wait. Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sit back and enjoy the show. I'll let you know what I think. I ain't steered you guys wrong on anything. Hey, Donna. She joined too, if she's in the pick. If she's their pick. I can't wait to see the debate with oh, yeah. Yeah. Now let's get into Vance. You know Vance isn't a Republican, right? So, I pointed this out before. We'll get into the Big Ten. We'll get into the Big Ten thing. This is a battle that needs to be won, and that can be won as long as the tent's large enough to attract normally people that wouldn't be on the same side. But here's the problem. Is people confuse being in the tent with being on the same side and being on the same team. I warned about this shit years ago when the Democrats started abandoning ship. They're like, man, the party is taken over by radical leftists and they're loony. I can't be here. So what do? They throw off their Democrat jersey, they put on a Republican jersey, and everybody welcomes them into the Republican Party. They're not a fucking Republican. Donna says they're all snakes. And even if they're not snakes, even if they're well-intended, there are snakes. But even if they're well-intended, you're not a fucking Republican. Fix your party. You're still a Democrat. I was getting, oh, Tulsi Gabbard, she should run for, Trump should choose it. She's a Democrat. She's a Democrat. Well, the Republican Party is filled with rhinos. It is. Some are well-intended, and some are just people like defectors from the left that have no home because they didn't want to fucking fight for their own party and fix their own house, and they dilute the Republican Party. And I've been warning about this shit. Now, here's what okay. Trump is not a Republican. I said this the first time he ran. Trump is his whole life he was a liberal Democrat crony capitalist. Ain't nothing changed. Except for now, he is a liberal Democrat crony capitalist that governs in the center. He speaks, his rhetoric is on the far right. He governs in the center. I'm fine with that, but he ain't a Republican. Oh, those rhinos. Yeah. The two guys on the top ticket are by classic definition rhinos. J.D. Vance is a classic moderate Democrat with independent and right leanings on some issues. That shit came out at the RNC with the stuff he was saying, and everybody ate it up and they clapped his hands, except for the people going, wait a minute here, he's talking just like a Democrat. You think? Because he is. Look at his views on social programs and stuff like that. He is a moderate Democrat. Do I think that Trump and J.D. Vance are what this country needs right now? Yes, I do. They'll get my vote. But make no mistake, they're not Republicans. There's a lot in the Republican Party that aren't Republicans. Some are snakes, and some are just disaffected, and they had no place else to go, and they were welcomed with open arms to the detriment of us all. And it's coming. I've warned about this. The tent has gotten so big in the Republican Party that under normal situations, the strong pole in the center, which is Donald Trump right now, would not be able to hold the tent up. But it's because our nation is faced with what it is now that everybody's going to work together. Now you wait 5 minutes after the election and you watch what happens. The Republican Party is going to start eating itself alive. And here's another thing that pisses me off. There's Republicans that are actual Republicans that may vote different than what you might like on any given issue, and people are calling them rhinos. What is the Republican line only one line? You can't have any differing on any sort of views. And you have to understand that a lot of these legislative moves that are made out there, there's shit in them that's behind the scenes. The bills aren't cut and dry. They got good shit and they got bad shit. And these politicians have to wade through it. So I'm not trying to justify any given decision, but I'm saying I get sick and tired of hearing people call an actual Republican a rhino because they voted differently on X, Y, or Y bill than what you wanted. Stop it. Do the research on what the bill actually was. Figure it out. And then know that sometimes, like, hey, a lot of people follow my content. If they're 90% or higher in what they agree with me on, fantastic. That's a win. So if you put somebody in office and you agree with 90% of what they do, that's a win. Again, depending upon what that other 10% is. But Rich says working poor. We're talking about the J.D. Vance and the... Laurel says there are too many things attached to the bills. They're unacceptable. Right. And that applies to most bills. Excuse me. Or there may be hidden nuggets in what you think is a bad bill where if you weigh it, you might decide that, yeah, I'm going to have to swing this way or that way. There's a lot involved in it. So again, I'm not saying there aren't rhinos. Of course there are. But there's different types of rhinos. There's well-intended. J.D. Vance and Donald Trump, you could say, are arguably well-intended rhinos. But it just blows my mind, all the people, oh, those rhinos, and we got to get them out. And it's like, dude, the ticket's rhinos. The ticket, the Trump and J.D. Vance ticket would have been a JFK ticket. Don't confuse just being patriotic and believing in people's rights with your definitely, oh, well, that automatically makes you a Republican. No, Democrats used to be like that. People need to slow down. Look at shit. But I'm warning you. And I shot Laurel off a quick message. Said, you watch. 2 to 4 years, I think is what I said. 2 to 4 years. Shit's going to hit the fan in the Republican Party. Because the tent's gotten too big. Everyone's uniting for this one cause, but this cause will end. I've always said, I'll work with a Democrat. I'll disagree with them on a lot of stuff, but let's get a classic Democrat in there. We agree on most things. That's the way it was. Most of the politicians, didn't matter where they were, most of them agreed on everything, or most everything. It's only the fringe issues that they disagreed on. And they nudge this way or nudge that way. It was never this divisive where it was like one side would say water's wet and the other would say bullshit, it's dry. They'd both go, yeah, it's both wet. What they might disagree with on is how warm or cold it is, but they at least fucking agree that it's wet. Rich says August 2016, Palm Beach, Florida speech. Got my Trump vote. Yeah, you're going way back. You're going way back. Yeah. I don't care who you voted for. I'm not trying to vote for Trump. I said there's still logical reasons to dislike Trump, and there's logical reasons to vote for Trump. Right now, there's more logical reasons to vote for him than to dislike him. I dislike him as a person. Seems like he might start to be maturing now, and that's a good thing to see. But he's never been my man. Oh my God, the Cowboy said that. People who follow my content knows that. That's just a personal choice. Oh, goodness gracious. So yeah, vote for who you're going to vote for, but think about it. That's the same way with most anything. It's like, I think this. Well, why do you think that? Shut the fuck up. If you got logical reasons, go for it. I don't care. Rich says, not many upstanding politicians. There's a few, not many. I'm going to say Trump isn't as upstanding as you think he is, but again, he's still going to get my vote. I think Trump's full of shit on most things. He's a bloviator and a exaggerator, and people love that. Oh, when Democrats do it, they like to point out it's like Trump does it. Oh, well, it's okay. No, stop it. No, I get it. Support him. Oh, the Secret Service, they tackled me so hard it knocked my shoes out. Yeah, really? We saw the footage. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Oh, I felt something. It knocked his speech at the RNC. His Rich says I didn't say Trump was upstanding, but he got my. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm a realist. I'm a pragmatist. I just hate the worship on stuff. Trump is a liar. He makes stuff up. He's ours. He was always a hired gun. He was everything the left had, but he was willing to do it harder. So that's why. And the right was tired of the left. They're going to throw a bit of themselves back at them, and that's all fine. Few were willing to call it for what it really was. I did. But, in his RNC speech, explaining how, his experience on getting shot. It's like, you lying sack. I felt it hit hard. Paraphrasing here. Oh, yeah, that's why in another interview you said it felt like a mosquito bite. The second is more likely. You felt you heard a whiz. You felt something that was like a mosquito bite because it happens really quick, and you moved your hand up there. But he said at the RNC speech that it like something hit him hard. It hit you hard. It's not like somebody cuffing you up beside the head. A bullet just went through the top of your ear. Didn't knock your head back and didn't do anything because it just went up through the top here. I'm not trying to diminish the seriousness of the situation. I'm just saying there's a difference between that and getting hit hard. He felt something hit hard. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And we saw the footage. His head didn't even move. He felt it because that's what it feels like. Oh, John, you been shot in the ear? No, I haven't. I've been wounded plenty. And I know what what it does to the body and what it doesn't. It's like things are bad enough. We talked about this all. Things are bad enough as it is. Let them be just as they are. It was bad enough. Just say, man, I heard a whiz, and bullets flying past you. It's you hear it on tape. It's a little different in person. They make kind of a weird whizzing. It's a weird sound. Laurel says, I think he should have put a cage in that hole. Yeah. You say, yeah, and I heard this, and then I felt something sting and hot. And I put my hand up. And I bent down. I looked at my hand, and there was blood on it. Now, you see, I can give this. That's exactly what happened. Why? I saw the footage. That's exactly what he did. Isn't that bad enough? Wayne says a sound you never want to hear. Right. It's weird. It's weird. Movies try to get it. It's weird. It's a weird sound. It's strange. They come close sometimes, but it's weird. But yeah, that's not good enough. Don't you think that is good enough? That's to me, and it's like what makes it. We all saw it in real time. Oh, I felt like something hit me hard. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I get all the people, oh, why did everybody knew it was there? Nobody moved. You have no idea what people do in shock. They didn't realize what the hell was happening. They were processing shit. Laurel says, I've hit the ground before when a slug went whizzing by when deer hunting. Yeah. Slug's got an interesting sound, too. Each type of bullet sounds a little bit different. It's weird. It's got weird sounds. But yeah. The truth is good enough. When you start embellishing shit, then your whole credibility goes out the window, and then the other side can take advantage of it and say, that's bullshit. So I say, stop doing it. Trump can't help himself. He can't help himself. That's Trump. He's doing better. I give him credit for that. He's doing better. Good on him. But there's a cross between a zip and a whine. Easy to recognize. Yeah, and you can tell the difference between calibers going by, too. And then a lot of times you get this warbling effect. There's a little warbling effect. Because sometimes they'll tumble through the air, or they won't spin right. Think of it like a football. When you're going, a good perfect spiral is nice, but bullets don't always come out nice like that. So they'll have this warble, and you get this. It's a warbly. It's weird. It's a weird sound. Wayne's like, yes, exactly, yeah. So you can tell people who fucking seen it, been there, done that. Don't get me started on guns, too. Everybody's guns making all sorts of noise. Like, what the hell's wrong with your gun? I've never had a pistol make that gun. It's just like, it's making all sorts of noise. It's like they don't do that. That Foley artists, they do shit for the movies. Rich says, after the Supreme Court immunity case, the libs were calling for an attempt on Trump. Trump said, let's give him one. I don't know. I'm going to let that all rest. I don't know exactly. I don't know where you're going with that. Sounds a little bit too much like Trump let it happen, or Trump staged it. And it's like, ain't no freaking way. Like I said, too, about the conspiracy. Oh, there was 2 or 3 shooters. Really? And they all missed. They all missed. I guarantee you I can take 3 random people off the street. 1 week. 1 week of training. Same distance, 3 different locations, and hit a watermelon. And I guarantee one of them is going to hit the watermelon. 3 random people, 1 week. It ain't that hard. But yeah, so the more people you throw into the mix, the more unlikely it's no. Stop. You can't get 5 people to shut their fucking mouth about shit. But you now got FBI, CIA, Secret Service, local PD, the family, all the kids at school, everybody online, everybody just shut the fuck up. Nobody's saying anything. They can't find anything. Stop it. So I prefer to sit back. Let's wait. Right now it's a Rorschach test. Half of the shit ain't real. People aren't using their common sense. Laurel says, once my husband got my gun and scope dialed in, I could hit the dead center on target. Yeah. It ain't that hard if you just have the basics and your equipment is right. It ain't that hard. Now, some people just can't hit shit. I've trained people. I've trained people and I've tried to train people. Some people just can't, but the average person can. The average person can. What was I going to say? I was going to say something else. Laurel, you got me off my train of thought. I was saying more people, less likely it's going to happen. I covered all of that. I was going to take a slide to the left or the right, depending on, I don't know. Figure out which way I was going. You can train anyone to some degree. Yeah. Some people, I've had some people I have found that most of the time it's usually a physical issue. Like, okay, take the Beretta M9, my EDC. Very accurate weapon, very reliable weapon, in spite of what some people say. Poor maintenance is the problem a lot of times. Get abused. If your hands are just too small, it's really hard to be accurate with it because it's got a big grip. But I didn't find anybody that couldn't train to use a rifle. They're easy. Ain't got no kick on them. Not the military ones. Not the 5.56. Ain't got a kick to them. You can train anyone to hit stuff like with that one. But, yeah. All of the conspiracies and then everybody runs with it. That's part of the thing I wrote about the other day is I put out general information and then in the comments people will start talking and derail it. Sometimes well-intended, but it's like, the same thing about the delegates started today. People putting out misinformation. You put out misinformation on my page that everybody trusts and you do it in a matter-of-fact way, people are going to believe you. It's like, if I didn't put it out there, you may be right or not. Wayne says, once you get zeroed, a 150-meter shot is about one of the easiest shots to make. Right. Right. Yeah. It's pretty easy. So like I said, the odds of just getting near him and just point it in his direction and just start shooting. Oh, that's what I was going to get. The whole thing about, too, is like freaking, he was a rifle enthusiast. Didn't even own his own gun. No rifle enthusiast doesn't own their own gun. Gus says, I can't hit the broadside of a barn with a handgun. I admit it. If I had me a long gun, I'm dead. I could probably get you dialed in. I can probably get you dialed in, Gus. Says you can't dismiss the last second head tilt either. No, but that was just luck. But again, he shot 8 shots in the general direction. The 3 that got even close to him, I say that was the lucky part. Everything was luck, but the shooter, that's dead luck. Because like I'd said, if he was actually in Wayne, go ahead, tell me if I'm wrong. If he was actually aiming for the tee, and he was a decent shot, and Trump had turned his head even like he did, what would happen? It'd still go through the mush of his head. It's why you aim for the tee. And I said on the last show, the tee. It's the nose, the eyes, and the nose. It's a tee. You aim for the tee. The person turns their head. You're still going through the center of their freaking head. You're just coming at a different angle. That's what I'm saying. The shot, it was lucky that it even got his ear. If he had just turned and not tilted, he'd have been down. Well, yes and no. With this shot, and like I said, it's according to the data, it had been a coin toss. Because remember, it came from an angle. So there is a chance that it would have glanced off his skull. Does happen. We've seen it happen. And then if it didn't, it went through, it would have taken off just the back portion of his brain. And as long as it didn't get to the brain stem, he could have survived. We got people with half a brain. Because the brain it adjusts. Makes do. So yeah, I'll say yes, there's a high probability he could have died, but it's not a guarantee. We've seen worse. Wayne, you've seen worse. You've seen people hit worse. Human bodies they're some amazing bits of finery. Wayne says there's an animation out there track the trajectories. The first 3 were up around head high. The next 3 were a group of 5 as he went down. Yeah, I'm surprised that the Secret Service guys weren't hit. Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of luck involved. Other people should have been hit. You'd think. None of the Secret Service. 1 person dead and 2 people seriously injured. That's luck. That's damn good. So yeah, I think that he got good enough that he could generally hit about a man-sized target, sort of, on a good day, maybe. But I'm still waiting to hear, not that he went and practiced the day before. I want to know how long, or divine intervention. Yeah. I don't think so. But if it makes people feel good about doing it, they whatever. You can't argue it either way. My only worry about divine intervention, that whole thing, is then you impart some sort of maybe mythical status to Donald Trump that he probably doesn't deserve. We just have people, oh, he's a king, and oh, he's a fighter, and oh, he's so resilient. He just got his ear clipped. Resilient. No, take it to the chest wearing a bulletproof vest. Take it to the chest with a bulletproof vest. In other words, no penetration. Get out the next day. I'll say, yeah, you're a tough son of a bitch. Ear clip shot? No, it's serious. It's serious. He's not a god. It's a mental, yes, the mental drive to get out, yes, but he's a fighter. Nobody's denying that he's a fighter, but it's not tough because he's back out on no, he just got his ear clipped. Tough is, and Wayne will tell you. Wayne, you ever see somebody take it in the vest? Holy shit. And I'm not, they're better now with the ceramics and the plate armor. That helps dissipate. But man, before that, holy crap. You get broken ribs. You can get internal body damage. Yeah, you'll live. But man, that shit will fucking hurt. Wayne says, not saying he's a god. I'm saying that maybe God decided it wasn't his time. Yeah, I get that too. I get that too. But again, people are going to make the, I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to that. The same way as I don't subscribe to you pray for God to help you out of a situation. Well, he may or may not, but not the way that you think it is. He says, yes, I've seen the results of a shot to the vest. Yes. It fucking hurts. People can pass out. Says big hematoma after. Right. Literally get you to pass out. Does a lot of damage. You'll be alive. So like I said, somebody get out there and take a round to the chest, wearing a vest, and then be out the next day dancing. That's a tough motherfucker. That's a tough motherfucker. Right. He says even with the steel strike plate can knock the wind out of you. Right. So again, it's like, look, it's bad enough. Yeah, he got winged. He got zinged through the ear. It's pretty serious. It ain't, he even pointed out, hey, a lot of blood. Yeah, the ear bleeds a lot. The ear bleeds a lot. He'll be fine. The ear bleeds a lot. There's a lot of blood vessels. It keeps you from getting frostbite in your ear as soon. Keep the blood pumping into it, but yeah. Yeah, everywhere on the head bleeds. Right. Need a lot of blood up there. So again, it's bad enough. It's fine. Oh, and the optics are awesome. The optics are awesome. He did the right thing. Just stop embellishing afterwards. The truth is good enough. And no, it doesn't make him tough getting out there, out on the campaign trail. No. John, you're hard. He's like, yeah, I'm honest. That's just the way I'm a very stoic man. I'm very passionate, but truth is very important to me. And the truth is good enough. Man, the truth is good enough. Oh. Hey, everybody else talking. Was I gonna mention something else? Where was I gonna go? I mentioned the Rorschach test. I mentioned some of the conspiracy theories. Man, they're just so stupid out there. It's like people don't even think. But see, the people selling them are so convincing at selling them. It's like, you're full of shit. It doesn't work that way. Oh, 3 shooters, 2 shooters, 3 shooters. Okay, now you've got to get 2 people or 3 people in there without anybody seeing them. And by all accounts, people saw him. Everybody saw him. This is mass incompetence. Mass incompetence. It's like, Jesus. Disgraceful. None of them gals should have been on that team. Less so anywhere near the principal. I think it was Wayne pointed out, and it's true. Trump is what? 6'2", 6'3", something like that. Every person that is specifically anywhere close to him has got to be at least 6 feet tall. Got to be. Gus says, I feel more sympathetic for the guy who tried to protect his family. Yeah. Yeah, Wayne says he thinks he's 6'4". I read 6'3". Yeah. I feel sorry for him and and his family, and there we go. And the people that were wounded. Yeah, he's got to be something. I thought he was like 6'3". He's got to be 250. Weight's hard. Weight's hard. I'm 225 plus. He's fat. Trump size. 6'3", 236. He ain't no 236. Oh, that was 2016. He wasn't no 236. He's 6'5". Yeah, this says that according to him, he was 6'3", and most people estimate higher. I don't think he's 6'5". Let's see here. I'm going here. Muscle waist. Well, that's true too. That's true too. But I still don't think that he's a. Wayne said since he was wearing a vest, body armor tends to me. Yeah, but I've seen him out on the golf course and other areas, and he wasn't wearing a bulky vest. Okay, if they want to say that he is 236, I'd give him probably 250, 260. I don't know. Again, I'm 6'4", 220 plus. But yeah, he ain't. I don't think he's 6'5". Let's see what else is coming up. .63". I had always heard 6'3". Somebody says he's exactly 5'11". He's at least 6 foot tall. Trump works in his 6'5" height when attacking trans. No, he's not 6'5". Does Donald Trump, this is 2020, does Donald Trump weigh 215 pounds? He weighs more than 215. Here's another one. Donald Trump was lit as 6'3", 215 pounds. He ain't been 215 pounds. Oh my goodness. Wayne says 6'1", 240 here. Yeah, most of the stuff coming up is 6'3". 215. He ain't 215. He ain't 215. Yeah. But whatever. He's not a short guy. Everybody that is on his immediate team should be at least 6 feet tall. And it's clear that the training that these agents had. Now, Wayne cut the gal a little bit of slack. Maybe her holster shifted, and it's like, you know what, Wayne? I ain't never had that problem. Because if it moves, you should be able to, okay, she was wearing an IWB. All she had to do was stick her thumb in her waist and slide it in till she hit the damn holster. Then take her sidearm and then slide it in. Come on, this is easy stuff. You were being nice. Wayne was being really nice. No. I ain't never fumbled with my holster. No matter what type of holster I had, I've never fumbled with it. It was a disgrace. That whole thing was a disgrace. Like I said, most men wouldn't qualify to be in them positions. Wayne says shows a lack of training. She was trying to holster it on her badge. Her holster was way further back. Right. Her badge, I think her badge was somewhere like 1 o'clock, 1:30. Her holster should have been, it wasn't quite on her hip, but it was closer to 3, between 2 and 3, I believe. But again, even if you're panicking, just slide your thumb in there. This is simple stuff. Her badge looked to be just forward of her hip. Okay. Oh, so she was running her holster back closer to 3:30. Yeah. And that's fine. That's fine for walking. I didn't check to wear it. I just went with what I normally. I see a lot of times they'll run their badge about 1:30. And especially if they're getting in and out of vehicles, they'll run 2:30, maybe 3, but they don't usually run their back past. Like concealing, yeah. But see, she's a gal. She'd be fine. She'd be fine. She could run it at 2:00 and be fine under her jacket. And that's funny. Concealment under. She looks like a Secret Service agent. I just tell people, are you really trying to conceal or are you just covering it up? I buy clothes to just cover up, but not even to cover up. I wear mine out of the waistband. And I like that because I can slide it. When I'm in the car, I'll slide it forward to about 3 or 2:30. When I get out, I'll just slide it back to about 3:30. It's one of the advantages of having it outside the belt. Another thing is I don't have to adjust my clothes. I don't have to buy different size clothes. I mean, hell, I'm already wearing 36 38s. I don't want to have to buy a separate pair of jeans that are like 38 38s. Wayne said, I heard a report last night, that his normal team was given a day off, and it was basically a pickup team. The women weren't actually on the team. But, yeah, I'd heard that too, but the day off was, I heard that they were assigned elsewhere. That's what I heard. You have to watch out for some of the scuttlebutt out there too, because it's being presented by people who are not in the know and not who they say they are. Which is another thing is you can't. It's like, yeah, you process everything. We gather the information, then we verify, and yeah, there was a lot of problems. There's so much rot now in the Secret Service and other agencies. It's unreal. We see it in the FBI too. We see it in the military. I've been railing against that. Remember I lost somebody who I thought was a pretty decent friend of mine. He was in the Navy. I lost him. He didn't die. He called me an asshole and blocked me. It was back when when all those naval warships were getting run into by slow-moving tanker vessels out in the middle of the sea. I said, how do you expect people to think that we can defend our nation when we can't stop slow-moving tanker ships from running into our ships of war out in the middle of the ocean? And he got so fucking pissed. Within a week, the Secretary of the Navy was fired. And why was he fired? Because he could not prevent slow-moving tanker ships from running into naval vessels of war in the middle of the ocean. So I guess John wasn't so wrong on that one. People don't like to hear shit that hurts their feelings. I'm sorry, I care about my country. You will find nobody more fucking gung-ho about our military than me, and it saddens me. My son served as well. Saddens me, saddens him to see the state of the military. Doesn't change by going rah, rah, shish, kumbah. This could be worse. You could run into an undersea mountain. You could do that. I guess you could do that. You could most certainly do that. But yeah, it's like I've been warning about these problems. I've been warning about police departments not hiring the right people. And shit, that started before DEI. They'd rather hire a fat, overweight ex-high school football player than somebody that had some skills. I've been warning about this shit. We're just reaching, hopefully, critical crapola, where we can start going, hey, we need to correct these problems. Laurel says they check the boxes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they do. It's crazy. Don't get me started on out-of-shape police officers. Oh, my goodness. I don't care if you're male or a female. But Jesus Christ, a fit female is on par with a below-average man when it comes to strength and abilities. It's not an insult. We're just built different. Jesus. You want to be a meter maid? Be a meter maid. You want to be somebody that's in a crisis situation, like a crisis counselor or something like that? That's fine. That's fine. But you're out there, you're dealing with dudes that they don't want to be dealt with? Jesus. Like that old guy. You know, the old guy. Old guy just throwing that young girl around. He was an old man. Skinny old man. He was just throwing her around. Laurel says, I know that males are stronger than females. Yeah. It's just the way it is. So you got to be smarter. Don't get me, Wayne says, don't get me started on men and women's sports. They brought this on themselves. Dude, you've been warning about this shit. It's like, dude, you're letting them play. You're letting them play. Stop swimming with them. Stop competing against them. Stop allowing them on high school teams. Stop it. You're doing this. And you know who's pushing this shit? Women were pushing this shit. We've talked about this time and time again on the show. Men get the blame for it because the men are the visible trannies and the men are the drag queens and stuff like that, and they're benefiting it. But women are pushing this. It wasn't men that was pushing this. Men are just taking advantage of it. Women are the ones pushing it. Women are the ones bringing their kids to the drag queen story hours. Women are the ones that are in all the pride parades and all this other shit. Laura says that's what pisses me off the most. Yeah. It's unfair. It's unfair. A woman can look stronger than a man and not be. And not be. There's nothing wrong with that. We're built different. I'll say the same thing. You know, a woman, she can just hold that kid on her hip all damn day. 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes. That's it for me. I'll lift an engine out of the bay of a car. I ain't going to have a kid on my hip for 5 minutes. What the hell? My arm starts aching. My hip starts aching. What the hell is this shit? And the kid's only, what, 35 pounds? Sit there, curl 50, 60 pounds? Hey, that's fine. I ain't doing it for 5 minutes on my hip. Fuck that. We're built different. Thank God. Thank God. And it ain't a damn competition. Besides, I don't mind the missus asking me to open up a jar of pickles. That's fine. That's my manly duty. I open up a jar of pickles. Let me do what I'm supposed to do. Laurel says we're supposed to be partners to complement or compensate what the other can't do. Right. Together we're stronger. Like a nut and a bolt. You know, together we're stronger. We hold things together. We are specifically designed to be able to face the challenges which nature and life brings us. Finding the right partner is important. It's like, oh, you can't have two bosses. I can't be with a bossy woman. I can't. Some guys can. That's fine. Now, it doesn't mean that I don't like a strong, independent woman. The missus is a very strong, independent woman. She'll let you know what for. Well, she ain't going to tell me what to do. And I don't have to say, woman, know your place. We don't have those kind of battles. We don't have those kind of battles. We just know. Okay, the sink needs fixing. Toilet stopped up. Something needs to be lifted. Something broke. Yeah, that's what I do. Let's go and take care of it. Just the way of things. We're partners. We're not competitors. The competition is usually there never used to be the what do they call it, the battle of the sexes. No, what the fuck? The competition is men against men for the women and women against women for the men. That's where the competition comes from. Whoever was the genius that decided to turn the two genders against each other. Man, stop. Stop it. And pick the right partner. Ain't nobody perfect. Wayne says, "Oh my God, I just saw a short video posted on Facebook calling Secret Service Pam Agent Fupa." Agent Fupa. Fupa the Super Trooper. Oh. And then the lies. And then the lies. Can you believe that that the director of the Secret Service said, yeah, the reason we didn't put people on that roof was because it was a safety hazard. A safety hazard. Because the angle of the roof. My driveway, I don't have a steep driveway. My driveway in some parts might be about that steep. They didn't have any problem getting up there hosing off the blood and other stuff. FBI agent just standing on top hosing it off. She gonna try to make everybody believe that the reason they didn't have it? Jesus. Wayne says, all while the country sniper teams roofs were more sloped. Right. Right. Counter sniper teams, yeah. Yeah, it's the counter sniper teams. Look, there is ideal slopes. Sometimes a sharp slope is good if you're going to be in a more standing position behind it, and you've got your rifle with which is what the counter sniper team had. It was almost standing up behind the damn thing. Lies are bad, but lies are bad are unconscionable. Yeah, I've said this so many times. You look and you go, well, the incident is A, and the ramifications for A, they're not good. But then we're going to lie and try to hide and obfuscate and stuff like that. It's like you make things 50 times worse. Stop it. So then we go to there was no snipers on the roof because the roof was a hazard to be on. It was a safety issue. Okay, right. Then it was, no, they had a sniper team in the building itself. And then the local PD says, no, we didn't have a sniper team there. We told you that we couldn't do it. Secret Service director, I'm not lying. Yeah. It's like, oh, Jesus. It would have been better if she just said, shit was fucked up. There was a symphony of errors. Wayne says, me, I have eyes. It would have been better if they just did that. No, I'm not going to resign. I'll take that. I'm not going to resign. What I'm going to do is I am going to make sure that this will never happen again. We are revamping our training and we are going over all of our standards. Okay, that's the way you handle this problem. You don't make up lie after lie after lie. And then have your fat, overweight, which is the same thing, but I just wanted to double punctuate that, communications director who looks like freaking Mr. Potato Head issue a statement to CNN how it's detrimental to the well-being and safety of the Secret Service to disparage them and all this other shit, and the women are blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Really? That's the way you're going to go. You guys screwed the pooch. And you're going to act all offended because people are making jokes about your incompetent agents? Gonna hurt your agent's feelings? Donald Trump had his ear clipped, for crying out loud. Could have been worse. Judy says, I think we're too stupid to know any different. That's what pisses me off. Yeah, no shit. You're gonna, it's not the fact that you're pissing down my back that bothers me so much. It's the fact that you're pissing down my back and telling me it's fucking sunshiny out at the same time. Not even rain. It's like, stop it. Politicians do that shit all the time too. It's like, really? Again, I couldn't be a politician. I couldn't be I could maybe be a sheriff, but I couldn't be a politician. I know there's some politics involved with sheriffing, but that's about as far into politics as I could go. Sheriff John. But I'm not going to. But no, people have asked me over the years, why don't you run for office? Bitch, I'd be in jail. I'd be slapping a fool. That's the whole thing. You're going to call me names during the primaries. You're going to disparage me and call me all these names, and then when it's done, you're going to clap me on the back and act like it's okay. You're going to insult me and my family and my service and all this other shit, and then pass it off like, it's just good politics. No, fuck you. This is good teeth out of your mouth. I just can't do that shit. Laurel says, not me. I didn't say it. My face will. Yeah. Oh, trust me. I'll say it. It's like, no. I can't do that. I got told Judy's, I can only imagine. Yeah, I got told I was at a town hall meeting back. I think I told you guys about this. I was in a town hall meeting back. Lord, it had to have been about 10 years ago. And they were just being stupid. And I had asked them a question for them verify, that this is, and I said, well, that's just asinine. Excuse me, sir. We don't allow swearing. Swearing? I said, that's asinine. That ain't a swear. I'm being nice. Asinine. Chief of police was in the same meeting. I look over him and I said, that ain't swearing. And he's like, yeah, it's swearing. I'm like, it ain't fucking swearing. We're going to have to ask you to leave. Well, you can ask all you want. Asinine. Bunch of delicate pantyweights out there. It's like freaking asinine is a swear. Asinine isn't a swear. Motherfucker, I'll show you, swear. Asinine. Yeah, they'd have some interesting transcripts. Can you imagine me in some Congress or Senate House meeting talking to some of these people? Man, I got no patience for it. I got no patience for it. Minute I ask them a question that's a yes or no and they start bloviating on shit, I'd shut that down. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Answer the question. Don't be so asinine. Oh my God, he said asinine. Wayne said, if you have a problem with my language, I say you have a problem, not me. Yeah, I mean, I'll drop a colorful terminology every once in a while when needed, but asinine, trust me, I'm being nice. My goodness. Laurel says that's like my 5-year-old telling me that shit is bad word and he is using it in the sentence. Yeah. You're not supposed to say fuck. Nana, no fuck. Bad word. Oh. No, and shit's not a bad word if it's apt. Apropos. I had some shit on my hand. Okay. Not bad, even if it was literally feces. I slipped and fell in shit. Yes. Nobody says I slipped and fell in feces. Doesn't even roll off the tongue well. I slipped and fell in feces. No, I slipped and fell in shit. There you go. It's a linguistic right thing to do. There's a time and a place. I've had enough of this shit. Now I'll be known to say that. And I'll say that even in mixed company if it's apropos. Here's the funny. I have a vocabulary. Y'all know I have a vocabulary, but it spans. It spans. Somebody called me out the other day because I used a couple rather long words. Well, they were apt. Laurel says he swears appropriately, and that's why I can't discipline him. Very, very good. Grandkids are a riot. Yeah. Well, I'll laugh. I wouldn't allow my kids to swear. I'll laugh. I'll sort of laugh, depending upon when the grandkids do, but I generally don't. Because this is the way I look at it. There's adult language and there's kids language. You may hear Grandpa say something. That doesn't mean everything that you hear him say is something that is appropriate for someone of your age. When you're on your own, when you are paying your own way, paying taxes, and you're working, and you can use some colorful metaphors, some linguistic flavorings, and that's fine. But also, mind yourself around Grandma and Grandpa, though. My kids, even my grown kids, they don't tend to swear like sailors. Sometimes they do more than others, but Laurel says that's what I've been trying to get through to him. Yeah, there's things that adults can do and kids can't do, and that's fine. Tell them just tuck that away, and you know they're going to practice when they're amongst themselves, because we did when we were kids. We didn't talk the way we talked amongst our friends when we were around adults. Any adults. That's what gets me about modern day, too. We wouldn't walk down the street just swearing like sailors. Kids do it now. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Watch your tongue there. Judy says, I still, to this day, don't cuss around my elders. It's just respect. No, I try. I tend to not to. But if it's apt. Colorful metaphors. Kirk saying double dumbass on you. Yeah, double dumbass on you. Who was it? Was it Spock, or was it McCoy that said until they got things better for him to leave that to try to leave that alone? It was shortly after that. Because I think they were walking across the street and the guy honked on, hey, dumbass, well, double dumbass on you. Laurel says, I can remember the first time I swore in front of my dad. I was 18, eyebrow raised, and he's smart. Yeah. Again, my kids they tend to be a little bit respectful. Now, I can swear. That's fine. But that still doesn't sit me right having the kids just run with it. Unless, of course, it's a high stress situation or something like that. But in general conversation, yeah, they don't swear. Yeah. And I still didn't generally swear around my father. Not that it would matter. Wayne says I was raised by a sailor, I think. Fair enough. Yeah. I think he was raised to use foul language. Yeah. Yeah, my father didn't swear. Well, no. Well, not really. Again, if it's one of the favorite isms, and I use this a lot, he would say, like I said, we were dirt poor. So he'd go, want in one hand and shit in the other, and see which one gets filled faster. That's about as harsh of a language as I've heard my father use. Laura says, I think it was just hell or damn. Yeah. Heller damn, yeah. I don't even consider that even a swear anymore. Heller damn. Shit could be sometimes. Fuck, definitely. I don't mind if they say asshole, especially if they're talking about some asshole. I don't. So, yeah, it's contextual. Wayne says, your dad and mine must have grown up in the same era. Yeah, it was, World War II. He didn't serve, but Laurel said this was back in 77. Yeah. Yeah, so. So, yeah. I got some isms from my father, some of them good. He taught me how not to raise children. Wayne says dad was Navy, World War II in Korea. Yeah, same era. Yeah, same era. My dad was working industrial plants during that time. He was making stuff for the war effort in the machine factories. Gus says, I knew it was bad when I heard my mom swear. Or it was going to end. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, I heard my stepmother swear a heap more than my dad. And my mother swore. Yeah, my mother was, yeah. I didn't grow up around her, though. I guess when I was real young, then my dad took over. But, yeah, my mother was she had the Hells Angels after her for a while there. Some ruckus with the Playboy Mansion. And then, I don't, swear to God. Yeah, my mother was she was a character. She was a character. Gus says, Mom never did, and that's what I said. And then that's why I said that. Yeah. Judy says, if my mama said shit, I knew she was mad. Yeah. I knew someone was mad when shit was flying at me. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, very strange upbringing. Very religious. We went to a lot of different churches. And as soon as they did a sermon that was not up to code, according to Scripture, and that was the last time, and we actually had to stop. My stepmother stopped that shit. She was like, I'm tired of going to church on Sunday and hearing you bitch about it for the week to come. Well, we went, oh, Lord, Southern Baptist, First Baptist, Calvary Baptist. We went to a lot of Baptist churches. Yeah, that's not how it is. So then we had Bible study at home. And yeah. Gus says, my mom always said, remember, I know where you sleep. Yeah. Yeah. I'd be like, yeah. Yeah, you do. Save me the time. Like I said, yeah, different upbringing. But it's made me the man that I am, for all good or bad. Yeah. Holy crap, we got just over 15 minutes left. Time flies. Hey, what else do we need to talk about? Good to have more people join in, actually talking in on the show. I know we got a bunch of people that aren't talking in there. You need to say hey. Just jump on there and say hey. Gus, say hey to Sally. We'll get some eggs over to you here shortly. We've been busy. Again, tonight's coffee is chocolate-covered strawberries. That's for you, Donna. This one's for you, Donna. Right here. Right here. Oh, it's trying to find the camera. There you go. This is for you, Donna. This sip of chocolate-covered strawberries. Donna says, hey. Yeah, hey. Donna's not into the flavored coffees much. It's good stuff. Just say you can get it on Amazon. I believe you can. Let me see here real quick, and I'll find out for you. Let's see here. They do on the Keurig cups. That says bite me. There's a old blueberry cobbler from New England Coffee. That's pretty good too. It didn't come up in the first of the search, the regular bags, but that doesn't mean they don't sell it. So yeah, I'd go ahead and check, see where they've got it there. A lot of them that I say that I drink, you can get there. Gus says, yes, this week is going to be a busy week. Is it? What you got planned? I plan on getting over to Vermont at least one day, cutting down a bunch more trees. And I need to get out on the water. I took the missus for a drive this morning on the back roads, and we saw the upper portion of the Suncook River. Man, you can damn near walk through that. It's like, no, I'm not going to do it. Judy says, thank you. You're welcome. Oh, yeah, you got your new rotary cutter. Oh, you've already started it? Great, fantastic. Gus got himself a good deal on a rotary cutter behind one of his tractors. Gus's tractor port. He's got 5,000 of them. No, I think you got 3? 2 of them that you run all the time. 3? 3 total. Maybe more. Oh, no, he runs 2. 2 standard. Cut me some wood. about a foot long. That's it. Just about a foot long pieces. I can throw them in my damn smokeless fire pit. I was going to fire that up the other night, but I decided we spent the evening out on the front porch, me picking away. Still got to get a video for you folks. So what else we got going on? Yeah, I'm still working on the canoe. Man, it's a lot of work. I gotta get all them cracks out, which is damn near taking all the paint off. And then I'm going to have to do a skim coat, putty, like Bondo, but it's not. It's for boats. Going to damn near skin the whole thing, smear that on it, and get that done, and then repainted. Jesus, so that's another $50 or so just for that, and hopefully that's enough. Because you can run it pretty thin. Laurel says, I have a big enough farm. You need more than one tractor, so you have to keep hitching and unhitching equipment. Yeah, there you go. Donna says, very true. Yeah, he's got 2 of them. Well, the quick hitches work out really good now, though. Really good. They got that shit down to an art. And I started again. I started on my old mountain bike. It's a Pacific 900. I think it was a Pacific 900. And the missus is something. Yeah, so mine was a big fancy aluminum framed one with the shock absorbers going back and not just on the wheels, for the whole seat arm and everything. It's pretty cool. It was high tech for the day. So I'm getting that. I have to replace the chains on that and get everything working. The shifting ain't working. Been sitting outside for a while. Gus says we have to have a new windshield in our Explorer. Rock hit it on the way back from Connecticut the other. Oh, Jesus. That sucks. That covered with insurance, though? I think the last time I had that done, they came to my house and they filled it in. They just popped in a new one. That sucks. So yeah, one thing after another. My lawn looks good. I got a few tall grasses. All my neighbors' lawns are brown. They cut them too short. It's like, don't do that during the hot weather. Let it grow a little bit. Let the flowers be. They'll be fine. I still have a lawn. That's okay. Just makes my place look better. The new shed enclosure, the carport thingy, working great. Love it. Love it. Laura says the bees need some flowers too. Yeah, well, we always got plenty of flowers around. We got plenty of flowers. I had little white ones in the lawn. They went, and I got some little taller yellow ones. They look like the white ones, but they got longer stems, and maybe a couple other white ones, longer ones. And we got our lilies and stuff around. So yeah, it was all plenty of flowers. I like watching them do their things. I'm not a big yellow jacket and white jacket and stuff like that. I don't mind bumblebees and even a honeybee now and again. Those are fine. Those are fine. I'm okay with them. I'm okay. Gus says insurance is covering it 100%. And yep, they're coming to the house. Awesome. First day, but it's the next day to reprogram the new one to the car. What? First day to put it in. Next day to reprogram the new one to the car. You got to reprogram a windshield to your car? Laurel says wasps and hornets are the assholes of the bee world. They are. They serve a part. They serve a place in the circle of life. But it's stay the fuck away from me. Circle. I do not like them. They got to reprogram your windshield. I never heard about that before. How's that work? I've never heard that. Judy says, I have a green orchard bee. They're not native to Oklahoma, but he's here. Well, that goes around. I'm not native to New Hampshire, and here I am. I'm wearing a green shirt. I'm wearing the green shirt you gals like. It's unbuttoned because I'm hot. Got my orange t-shirt with my green shirt, my green work shirt. Tell the missus, man, I look like shit today. She's like, no, I like that shirt. Okay. I'm a green orchard bee. Buzz off. God, John is bugging me tonight. Gus says, I'll let you know. It's all the safety crap in the windshield. Oh, okay. Safety crap and maybe rain sensors and shit like that. You just have a rain sensor. It turns on when it starts to sprinkle. My current car doesn't do that. The last one did. Didn't have all the nice stuff that the new car had, but it had that. Going down the road, and my windshield wipers start going. It's like, what the hell was that? That's odd. Yeah, that's weird. Got a program. Got a new windshield in. Got to program it. My God. Thought it was fucking glass. Oh, my goodness. Goodness gracious. Yeah, you're going to have to let us know what that's about. Stopped in. I'm a curious feller. I stopped in. We were out. It was out, I think it was out in Chichester someplace. And it was we call it a showcase property. You know, it's right at a corner and you come in and you see it there. Got a big old American flag. And went down the road and it turning around. We came back up the road and I'm like, says, yep, the camera and distance sensors. Yeah, so I told the missus, I'm going to stop in and ask him about his barn, about his house. And I did. And I got out and had chickens run around. Nice big old place. I guess he was having a birthday party for his grandson. So we couldn't talk long. But yeah, it was a big old barn. The house was put in before, which is not unusual in New Hampshire, pre-Rev War. And then they build to it. The barn itself was, I think it's all peg and tenant joints, and they not a nail in it. I think he said 1816 is when the barn went in. Still in good shape. Says it's a lot of work to keep it up, but the siding was all good and everything, and that was fine. I wanted to check out the view on the backside, but he's like, yeah, I got the grandkids over. It's his birthday party. So, but I tell you what, come on over any time in the week. Come on over any time in the week. And he says, I'll give you a tour. I don't know if I'll make it, but because we were just out. It's like, I'll just stop in. I do that periodically. Stopped at one barn. They had a bunch of sheep and some dogs and stuff, and stopped in. Just talk. The hell? You're out there having a good time. Stop in, talk to somebody. Say, hey, with this, I said, what's the story with this place? So he told me the story. I was like, yeah, it's good. Yep. Be friendly. I don't mind people. I hate people, but no, if you want to know, ask. Stop and ask. Oh, that's a neat place. What's up with that place? I've done that quite often, especially with nice farms, nice views, and go, oh man, this is beautiful. Just get out and talk with people. What the hell? You don't need any motive. Just stop. Hey, my name is John. Me and the missus, we travel in the back roads in New Hampshire. Saw your place. Kind of like it. What's your story? And the vast majority of the time, if people got some spare time, they'll tell you their story. So just listen to them. And say, have a nice life. Get on with your way. You learn something about the people. Usually people like when other people like their shit. That's nice, so let them know. I say this all the time. You see somebody with a nice shirt out, say, yeah, that's a nice shirt. I say that all the time. I see a guy wearing a nice shirt. I'm like, that's a nice shirt. That looks like a shirt I'd buy. Or, that looks like a shirt I got. Excuse me, coffee. But yeah. Let people know. A lot of the employees, all the stores I go to, they'll wave to me when I come in. It's funny. I had another one. We were walking out of Heffenerd the other day. That's Hannaford for all you people. I call it Heffenerd. Young gal that usually bags groceries and stuff like that. She was coming into work. We were on. She's awesome. She's just barely inside the door. She got a big old grin on her face. Yeah. Everybody knows John. Talk to John. That'll be nice. Got a couple African gals. I forget where. It's like, how do you pronounce that name? It's like, ask them. See somebody with a weird name. Not a weird name. It's just strange. Ask them. Say, how do you pronounce that? Where are your family from? I think she's from Tanzania. Tanzania. I don't remember her name. I know her face. Got a strange name. It's like, oh, that's interesting. Do you know what it means? It's amazing how many times people don't even know what the hell their name means. John is given by God. I know what my name means. Yeah. So tell somebody, oh, you got some nice eyes, or hey, yeah, that's a damn nice jacket. Damn nice jacket. Nice shirt. Oh, nice shirts. It's like my colors. Earth tones. Earth tones. Yeah, it'll make people's day. Look for cars with odd paint. Nice, but odd. You know, it's a shade that you don't normally see. And you go, what the hell is that? What the hell is that paint? What color? Do you know what that color is? Sometimes they know, sometimes they don't. They can look it up. It's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. People like that. Saw a guy with a grill. I don't know what kind of car it was. It was like a Kia, but it wasn't a Kia. But it was one of those. It wasn't a Ford or anything like that. It wasn't a Chevy. Gus says don't start with names. Yeah, I can't pronounce them anyways. I just let them pronounce them. Bob. That's as good with Bob. No, but it had a really neat grill on the front. The grill wasn't spectacular. What it was is it wasn't the shape of the grill, kind of an ovally, and then they had the car symbol in the center. But it looked like it had spokes or spider's web or spokes, and they were going out. And then it had weird like diamond shapes in it, and it looked like, you know, the stars when you watch the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars, and it's going through warp speed. And all the stars are coming at it. That's what the front of the grill looked like. It was black, but that's what it looked like. So I saw the guy, and he's getting out of a car, and I'm like, that's a damn nice grill. That's cool. So I said, yeah, it reminds me of, you know, the snowstorm, and you're going, or the stars with the Millennium Falcon. He goes, you know, that's exactly what I thought when I saw it. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. It just makes people's day when you appreciate something that they have. It's a good thing. It can be the little things. The color of the car. Whether it's a nice car. Hey, that's a nice car. Is that a Porsche? It got a new, the missus doesn't like it, but Porsche has a new SUV thing. Kind of zippy little thing. It's like, oh, you like it? Just, yeah. Talk to people. You go, John talks to people? Yeah, I talk to people. People like to talk to me. People come up to me. The missus is like, people always just come up and talk to you. Yes, people like me. Till they don't. Oh, goodness gracious. Hey, it was a good show, guys. It was top of the hour. Thank you for joining in. Hopefully next Wednesday it'll be just more, you know, casual stuff. I'm trying to get through. Don't send me conspiracy theories so everybody's not goes, hey John, did you hear about this one? No, stop it. No. Peggy says good night all, and thank you, John. You're most welcome, Peggy. Good to have you on the show, even though you didn't talk very much. Gus says they will learn fast. Yeah, I'm a nice guy. Until I'm not. Then it's but you got it coming. If you know what, if I unload on you, you got it coming. Judy says good night all. Wayne says have a good one, everyone. You too, Wayne. Thanks for dropping in again. Hopefully you'll become a regular. We need more of the regulars dropping in. Laurel says it was a good show. Good night, everyone. Good night, Laurel. Donna, I'll finish my coffee for you. Wayne says, fun as always. Yeah, sometimes it's more fun. We didn't get as much laughter as we do. Sometimes we get in some good laughter. But man, there's a lot of shit going on out there. So, Donna says, night all. Night, Gus. I'll try to make it by sometime this week. What else we got? Who else do we miss? I know we had more than that because the number's been steady. The number's been steady. So some people have been watching, and that's fine. Hopefully they'll talk some more. But, yep. You do that, says Donna. I will. I will. I like my coffee. I said, my pussy coffee. The guys used to give me crap. Oh, you drinking that pussy coffee? Yeah, you want some? Sure. They never turned it down. Never turned it down. I don't prove my manhood by my coffee. I do that with my whiskey. No, I don't care. No, no, either one. Hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button, folks. Come back sometime during the week and actually post underneath the thing. Make my Facebook stuff go viral, because that's the only way I get paid. I've only had one new person do a he started, bless him, he started a 5-month donation. We need more of those. Every bit helps. So if you'd like to buy me a drink or something, anyone watching, it's in the description. And so yeah, we will see you Wednesday evening. Hopefully I've got out on the water before then. Like, Jesus, I've just been busy. It's been hot, I've been busy. But I need to get out there. So hopefully I'll get some footage out there on the water. Still working on, again, the bikes. It's not about, you guys don't see them, but the canoe you'll see, the Lincoln. I post up my progress shots every once in a while. A lot of work. A lot of work. You go, oh, this should be simple. Should be. Not. It's not difficult. It just takes a lot of time. But okay. See you guys Wednesday. Thank you for joining the show. See you online. Starting tomorrow morning again, bright and early on Monday morning. And, yeah, God bless and take care.